Hi folks, Quill18 here, bringing you another exciting League of Legends commentary slash tutorial, this time on the awesome scientist Heimerdinger. Heimerdinger's long been one of my favorite characters because I find him so absolutely interesting. He's got really different mechanics, and he's hilariously funny. I mean, if you've never played him, you should try it, just to hear his taunts and the things he says as he runs around. Absolutely brilliant. I love him. Anyway, Heimerdinger recently went through a fairly major change in the patch, and I hadn't played him since. So this is me playing my first live game as the new Heimerdinger. Now, I've never played Heimer that much, because I don't actually own him. I only played him on free weeks because, while I find Heimerdinger exceedingly interesting and fun, he's just not that powerful a hero. His main ability, his micro-rockets, were excellent at harassing and abusing people early on in the game, but then he did get progressively weaker as the thing went on. He certainly didn't really help much in group fights. And now with this patch, they've gone and completely reworked his micro-rockets and effectively nerfed the hell out of them and made them completely unsuitable for its previous purpose. So I thought, well, here we go. They took his only good ability and made it useless. But they have turned around and made his rockets much better, and there's a few other, not his rockets, his turrets much better. And there have been a few other modifications. I'll get to them shortly here, because we've got a group fight going on. I'm laning here with Scion, and as it turns out, Scion did not grab his stun first, which I think was a big mistake, and certainly seems to have cost him plenty here. Since we were unable to really defend against this harass very effectively. I mean, my little turret's doing its best, and I'm trying to auto-hit as often as possible here. Dropped another turret down, but I can only do so much against two tanks who I believe have both started with hit point items. So that Rammus really wanted first blood, and he was willing to die for it. And arguably, that makes some amount of sense, because getting first blood gives you a huge extra chunk of gold. So even if you give up a kill when getting it, you're still kind of way ahead. That just leaves me with Poppy. So, right, back to Heimerdinger. I was saying, his micro-rockets have effectively been nerfed, but his little turrets are much more powerful. I don't know, I don't want to get into all the dynamics of it. You can read either the patch notes or the... I don't know, or looking him up on Leavecraft or something like that, but effectively, Heimer doesn't build big nests of turrets anymore. His max turrets have been reduced to 6, even at from 6 to 3, even at max rank. You can put down far fewer turrets, but individually they're a lot more powerful. For the first X seconds after you put them down, they get a big boost to their attack speed. So you can afford to be a lot more responsive with your turrets. It's less about building a nest and more about, okay, I need a turret now, drop it down, and have it do a lot of damage. He's gained a lot of more utility in group fights because of that, because he can afford to use those abilities right then. Also, they changed his ultimate. His ultimate used to be give him the ability to upgrade his turrets to more and more higher levels. So the turrets always start off yellow, and once you upgrade them to green, then they reduce armor and magic resistance, and if you upgrade them to red, then I believe they still do the reduction, but they also get an AoE effect added to them. So you would have to keep blowing your ultimate, whatever the cooldown was, once a minute to upgrade your turrets to be more and more powerful. Well, now, the turret upgrade levels are based purely on your turret skill. So the turret skill not only gives you more turrets, from 1 turret, 2 turrets, 3 turrets, but it also makes them start more powerful, and you never have to upgrade them. So you really can respond to a situation much more instantly by immediately dropping down a fully upgraded turret whenever you need one. It's very handy. You can see here Poppy gets around our Scion, gets behind him so that she can push him into the turret and take him down again. At this point, I'm definitely not feeling good about the game. Our Scion has died twice. I'm not convinced that he's necessarily that experienced, I'm going to say. So, nonetheless, Heimer is still pretty good in the lane. Because he can build these turrets, it does afford him a lot of lane control. He's got a lot of AoE, a lot of pushing power. He can keep minions down. He's still not the greatest ganker, obviously. But he does hold the lane really well. So, it could be worse, but here Rammus taunts me. I'm trying to get away. I still get my flash up, but I don't think I'm going to need it. No, I'm at full health. I safely get away. Although their Poppy's coming around for a push, Rammus is coming in maybe for another taunt. I gotta be careful, clearly. But my turrets are still at the top, and they're still keeping down the minions. Ooh, that was a good slam. If he taunts me, I could be in big trouble. I still have my flash, but no, okay, don't need it. So yeah, his turrets are stronger, and it actually, as I found out this game, it makes him really good. The new Heimerdinger is awesome. I love him. He's fantastic, and I'm definitely going to save up my my IP to buy him, to unlock him, because I'm in love with the new Heimer. Now, I've said his rockets have been nerfed. What happens is they now target minions as well as heroes, and they just hit the 3 closest people. And unlike before, if there was only one target, all 3 rockets would hit the same person. Now it doesn't do that. It's just 1 rocket per person, period. So you can't use it to nuke down a hero quite as much. But they did reduce the cooldown. They didn't change the mana cost, I don't think, and the ability power scaling is much worse. So it's hard to get as much damage out of them. I think his grenades are... Wow, they come after me. I'm able to stun them with a grenade, but not before Rammus taunts me, so I'm forced to stay there, despite the fact that I would have liked to have run. But, wow, I still have my flash, but again, I don't use it. At this point, I think I just forgot about it. I get away with virtually nothing. Yeah, so I think his grenades are basically the same. They do the stun, they do the blind, they do decent AoE. So one thing I do in this game is I do max out my turrets as quickly as possible, which I think is the way to go with Heimerdinger these days. And then I sort of split the rest of my points between my micro rockets and my grenades. And I think that's bad. You don't want to do that. No matter what, you do want to get 1 rank of your grenade to have a stun/blind effect available. But after that, you want to decide whether you're working on your micro rockets or your grenades. I'm leaning towards grenades as the better pick, because you're going to be grenading heroes no matter what, because you want to be able to get the stun and blind off them. And so it sort of will pay to have them do a lot of damage as well. But the rockets do have a short cooldown. They're instant. They're auto-targeting. You know, enemies can't really avoid it. Whereas the